Okay, last part of this number 2 of 2015 free response. During the dehydration experiment, C2H4 and unreacted ethanol passed through the test tube into the water. The ethene was quantitatively collected as a gas, but the unreacted ethanol was not. Explain this observation in terms of the intermolecular force between water and each of the two gases. Alright, drawing the molecule helps. So last part E, we drew that C2H4 is pure hydrocarbon with a double bond between the two carbons. And you gotta be able to recognize this is nonpolar. Because everything is symmetrical, the carbon to hydrogen bond, the electronegativity difference is not much. So overall, as a molecule, this is nonpolar. Whereas the ethanol, if I draw this correct, is polar due to the net dipole. The dipole moment, or the polarity, goes toward the oxygen. Remember, the oxygen has a high electronegativity value and it's not symmetrical, so this is polar. And then you know the water is polar, and the like dissolve like, so both ethanol and water are polar, and they may interact. Okay. However, the non-polar ethene is not really dissolved well in polar water, so it's very non-soluble. So this explains this part. So you have no problem gathering the C2H4 because water and the ethene does not interact, and it will just, go up and then fill up the ethene gas in the top of the inverted test tube. But as for the unreacted ethanol from the very beginning here, it may somehow seep through our test tube and it can interact with water as it bubbles up because it can be dissolved in water solvent.